Hello and welcome to the screencast where we are going to talk about getting started with Vim. So how I got started with Vim by going through a tutorial where I was building a going following the instructor, building a Rails application, and the instructor was just so fast because he was using Vim. Vim, the use of Vim made him faster than I was because I was using Sublime Text. So when he was building his, let's say, controller, he just needed to write just one command. He didn't need to use his mouse. He was just on the keyboard and he would create his controller. And I had to go find my mouse, go find Sublime Text, create a new file, call it whatever model name it was. And this was taking us much more time than he was. So I got curious and I wanted to learn how he was doing this with Vim. So that's how I got started with Vim. Now, according to their website, if you go to vim.org, vim.org, Vim is a highly configurable text editor. It can be used to write any type of text, and you can use it for programming, for writing blogs, for writing short stories, novels, movies, whatever you want to do with it. You know, you can if it's, as long as it involves writing, you'll be fine. You know, it's a great tool, but it has a steep learning curve. It has an extensive plugin system also, and it supports many different programming languages like Ruby, Python, JavaScript, you name it, it can support it. It also has a robust search and replace, and it integrates very well with numerous other tools. So let's get started with how to get started with Vim. I'm gonna go to my terminal. I'm on a Mac. So go to your terminal, and if you're on a Unix-based machine, you know, just find your terminal. Windows, just find your terminal. But it's gonna be much easier for you if you have access to Unix-based machine or a Mac. But if you are on Windows, there are ways to use Vim. I mean, there is Vim already, and you just have to take a little more steps than I'm going to do here. But this really assumes that you have access to your terminal, and I'm going to go to it right now. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is type in Vim tutor, and then hit return. Look very carefully. Vim tutor is one word. So Vim tutor, and this tutor will take you through. It's hands-on, so you're going to be doing what this is telling you to do. So Vim has it says in the first paragraph there, it is a very powerful editor that has many commands, too many to explain in a tutor such as this. This tutor is designed to describe enough of the commands that you will be able to easily use Vim as an all-purpose editor. All right, enough of the reading. You can do more of that later. Now let's move on to the line here. You see where my cursor is? And now pay attention to the bottom. This is how I learned how to use Vim. I was watching the instructor and the commands were showing up at the bottom. Now I'm going to hit a full colon and you'll see it appear at the very bottom of the screen there. Okay. So that's how I learned. I was just watching and I started doing what he was doing. Okay, so let's move on to where it says to lesson 1 and move on to the line that says to move the cursor. Now you're probably wondering how we're doing that. Well, it's right there. You see the H key over here where it says hint. The H key is at the left and moves left. The L key is at the right and moves right. The J key looks like a down arrow. All right, so if we go to L, it's going to move us to the right. If we type in H, it'll move us to the left. To move up, we hit K. K takes us up. J takes us down. See, it's a very interactive tutorial, and it takes about maybe half an hour or more Take your time, no rush. These are the baby steps. This is how you learn how to use Vim. And then go back to it another time. If you don't want to finish it all at once, that's fine. But this is how this was my next step after, watching the instructor use Vim. I got more curious. I researched into how to learn more, and this is where I ended up. And then after that, I did some tutorials. But step number one would be this: Vim Tutor. Vim comes with instructions on how to use it. To get out of it, we hit :Q, which stands for quit, and you can type in the whole word if you have the time, but it's not necessary. Q is enough. That'll get us out of Vim, and that'll end our tutorial for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.